Hello and welcome to Kettering Farms. We're back with another episode of Oklahoma Cotton. We are running our small cotton farm on this map, and last time we left off having finished fertilizing our first field. Today we're going to be getting set up for planting. I do have a worker going on the other field with the fertilizer at the moment. We are putting down a little bit of dry fertilizer here to get our ground state into a better spot. And we've run up to town here to get ourselves a couple pallets of seed and some liquid fertilizer for the planter. One of the things I love about this Silverado pickup truck mod is that it has the service functionality. And so it puts these fertilizer tanks in the back here, and that allows me to go and use the bulk refill points for fertilizer or herbicide. I can also put seed in there, but since I didn't want to make two trips up to the co-op here, we did decide to pick up this little trailer to allow us to pull some pallets back and forth from the shop and move around maybe some small equipment if we needed to. We don't currently have a front loader or a forklift or a skid steer or anything to unload pallets, but we're not going to really need to worry about that here too much because we're going to just unload the bags right from the back of this trailer. So this will let us get this whole setup out to the edge of the field where we'll have our planter set up. It did cost us just a little bit of money. If we hop into the store here, I believe this trailer was $3,450, and so not too bad. I thought that that was a good investment to allow us to get our seed back and forth. Otherwise, we'd be doing it one pallet at a time in the back of the truck, and that just felt a little bit monotonous given how big this map is and how far away we are from the sell point. So let's get back up to the farm here, and we'll get the planter all set up. It looks like our fertilizer worker has just finished fertilizing that field, so we'll check on that here as well in just a minute. And just a reminder, if you are enjoying today's video, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps the channel out immensely. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily farm sim content. So we're back up at the farm here. We're gonna leave this truck, I think, parked right here. We'll probably get the planter out and set it up and make sure everything's good to go right here in the yard. But first, let's head back here to the field and just double check on the job that this worker ended up doing for us. It's actually looking pretty good here. Let's bring up the precision farming map. If we jump into nitrogen here, you can see we applied right where we wanted to. We're not too high. We're going to be able to put a little bit on when we plant and come back with the sprayer a little bit later in the year here. So let's grab this tractor and get it back up to the farm. I know we were talking about this a lot last time. It looks like we came in at 58% of our fertilizer left here in the fertilizer spreader. And this is a lease from the co-op, so we're gonna need to see if we can dump this fertilizer out, put it into one of our sheds here to store it, and then we gotta get this trailer back to the co-op. All right, we've unloaded this fertilizer spreader and just put them on this rack here. Honestly, I'm not sure that I would want to store this outside for the long term, but we're gonna leave it there for now. It's not that we don't have shed space. We'd probably actually be better off putting it in here. We'll worry about that just a little bit later though. It's gonna be good there for now, so we're gonna go ahead and take this fertilizer spreader back up, let the co-op have its equipment back, and then we're gonna get started on setting up the planter. All right, we're here in the 8430. We're getting everything fired up. We've got to hook this front tank up first here, so we'll hop out here and get that all connected, and then we're gonna need to square up with this planter just a little bit better here to get connected. There we go. Even though we've got the quick attach 3-point on, we're gonna have to hop out to actually make the connection here. There we go. And if I remember correctly, only this big door on the end is big enough for us to get out with this stack fold planter. We're pretty wide here. There we go. Doing good. And then it's been a while since I used this service truck feature, so I'm not sure if I can just pull up to this side and refill. There we go. We're gonna fill the liquid fertilizer right out of the truck, and we're gonna top off that fertilizer first just to give me a little bit of weight on the front of this tractor. With this big heavy stack fold on the 3-point, the steering gets a little bit soft without some extra weights in the front. And we're gonna go ahead and start unfolding the stack fold planter here. As soon as we're full up on the liquid fertilizer, we're gonna be getting this thing swung around so we can put some seed in. Looks like we hold 400 gallons in the front tank on the tractor. And just looking, we've got way more than that in these 2 tanks on the pickup, which I'm not sure that's necessarily realistic, that we've still got 656 gallons in these 2 tanks, but that's how it's working, so we're gonna take it. We should be good on liquid fertilizer. We'll probably even have some left over to put in the sprayer here a little bit later in the year, as it turns out, because I don't think we're gonna go through that much during the planting cycle here. So let's get this seed all filled up here. We are going to be planting cotton, and it looks like I've got about the right amount of seed. I didn't want to get too little seed. I really wanted to make sure we would have enough for a couple of the couple of fields that we're going to be planting here. And so I think that's going to be pretty good. We're going to just re-strap that seed so it doesn't look too funny. And then we'll get these boxes all closed up, and I think we're gonna come over here and hit the soybean field first. This is the one that we've already done tillage on. I lied. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna try a bit of this cornfield first, because I would like to know if we're going to need to get a worker to come out here and do tillage, or if we're gonna be able to try and do the no-till that we want to do with this planter. So we are gonna do one headland pass here, I think, on these long rows, just to see how everything's working out for us. If we bring up the F1 menu, I've got so many things in here I can't even see the precision farming stats. And so we'll take a look at the precision farming menu here in just a moment. It looks like my liquid fertilizer is still at 100% though, and that we're not putting any down, which is mildly concerning. I would have expected this to jump up just a smidge. See if we can take one more pass here. I'm not too worried about it. We'll be able to finish this off with the sprayer. I just want to see if we can figure out how to get this working just a little bit. So I don't seem to be getting any fertilizer to come through on this planter right now. I'm not sure if that's because we've got the appropriate amount of nitrogen for cotton already on the field, or what's going on there. I know we did put a little extra on that part of the field at one point, so we're gonna go ahead and jump over here into the soybean field and see if we can figure out how to get this going over here, and hopefully we're gonna be able to sort this out. Alright, so after a little bit of finagling, we have managed to sort out some of our issues. There's something a little bit weird going on with the liquid fertilizer here and that we're trying to sort out still. So it's not quite going down, but it looks like it's applying right now. And so we're gonna let that go for a little bit here and look into it. I'm not too worried about the fact that we're not using any but getting the effect right now, because we did in the process of troubleshooting buy the fertilizer tanks and then get rid of them on this planter, not realizing that getting rid of them would not give us our money back. So we spent $9,000 on fertilizer tanks for the planter that we didn't really want. And yeah, so we're going to accept the little bit of extra fertilizer we're getting right now as exchange for that $9,000 we spent on tanks that we're not using. And we're gonna see kind of what happens here as we continue planting. We are, from a precision farming perspective, raising our nitrogen one level here. It's kind of hard to see between auto drive and course play taking up the help menu, but we are putting on 20 kilograms per hectare, which is about half of the remaining that we need depending on the area. Here we're actually meeting what we need, and so it's a little bit of a wonky situation here. I think we probably applied too much earlier with the dry fertilizer. We should have spread that out a bit more, but we're gonna kind of go with this and see how this works over the course of this field. Either way, we're burning through our seed quite quickly here, and so we're gonna keep going on this for just a little bit and see if this liquid fertilizer balances out here at any point. Alright, so we have made several passes here, and unfortunately our liquid fertilizer is not going down yet, which is kind of surprising. I used the 30-inch row version of this planter on my Mercer County save and did not run into any problems like this. If we pop open the F1 menu here, you can see we are still applying fertilizer, although we're applying mineral fertilizer. Something's just messed up with this planter right now, because we don't have any mineral fertilizer to be applying to it right now. So I don't know how this is working, but it's definitely putting down some kind of dry fertilizer, even though we've got only the seed boxes and liquid fertilizer. So something is out of whack here with this seeder for sure, planter. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to open this thing up and take a look at the XML, see if I can figure out what's going on. I don't know what could possibly have gone wrong with this planter that we're having these kinds of problems. I've also noticed we're having all kinds of problems with GPS. Every time I try to auto set the width of my implement, it tells me it's infinity width, and so something's weird. I don't know if it's a combination of issues with this particular planter mod, if I've got another mod that's conflicting with things in the game right now. Maybe it's a problem with the map. I don't know. We're going to take a look at it, but we're not going to let it distract us too much here. Like I said, I already spent an additional $9 grand on planter options that we're not using, with no way to get that money back. And so I think what we'll do here is just use F11 to empty out everything in the tractor and the seeder here when we get empty with the seed, and see what happens when we refill our capacity here. Hopefully that will resolve the issue, maybe. I'm not sure. So here we are, we've got down to 1% seed left. So we're gonna come in here and we're gonna empty everything in the seeder. And then I'm also going to come up into the front tank here, and we're gonna empty the helicopter tanks as well. So now we are 100% empty here on this planter, and we're gonna get turned around and put ourselves back on the right GPS track. And then we're gonna bring that pickup out here, and we're gonna try and reload this planter and see what happens next round here. I feel like it wouldn't be Farm Sim if we weren't running into a few problems. We're gonna cut across the grass here to get out this other driveway. I think we're gonna take the road up here to the other corner of the field so that we're not driving the pickup across the area that we just planted. I do miss my planting textures from the Millennial Farmer map. We may have to figure out how to make that process a little bit more repeatable for ourselves so that I can add those into all the maps that I'm playing. So we're gonna pull in here into this grassy area that we've got, and bring this seeder right, or this trailer right up behind the seeder, so that we can refill these boxes. Whoa. Light on the brakes there. I was hoping it would take it out of the pallet. We'd already started emptying, but at the end of the day, I suppose it doesn't really matter. And then we're gonna turn around here real quick and get the front tank filled up here. Hopefully this is gonna work now. We've reset everything. I would really like this setup to work. I was looking forward to kind of using this planter. It's set up really well. The row units are right in between these 36-inch row space tires, and so row spacing on the planter and the tractor line up amazingly. Really like how that's coming out. And so other than this little liquid fertilizer problem, everything seems to be working really well with this setup. And so hopefully we can get this working. The next mod I might try to disable is manual attach. I've seen that cause problems with different things in the past. We are gonna check here just to see if there is anything that pops up on the menu. Normally when I've got the detach, this would be where I could see if there was like a hose hookup that was just invisible, but I'm not seeing anything of the type. We've definitely got our hoses on in the back. So we're gonna give this another shot here. We're gonna get this turned on. It still says mineral fertilizer application there in the menu. And of course it just went away here. We'll pop back over here. It still looks like it's applying mineral fertilizer in some way. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if we configured this thing originally with dry fertilizer boxes and somehow that got locked into the settings or something. But we're kind of in this weird stuck state right now. So we're going to finish this field out. I think we're not going to struggle with this too much more this episode. And we'll see if we can get this working a little bit better before we hit that next field, the larger field of corn. And then maybe based on how much product we use once we get this working, we'll make some minor adjustments. Either way, hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, let me know in the comments below. I know we were doing a little bit more mod troubleshooting than I normally like to do in an episode, but I find that a lot of people find it helpful to, you know, kind of see some of the problems that we run into. I know it breaks us out of the pure gameplay just a little bit, but let me know what you think. If you'd like to see, you know, that kind of stuff in episodes in the future, or if you really don't care and you'd rather just keep it to the farming, I'd like to hear from you either way. If you've enjoyed the episode, drop a like. It helps the channel out immensely. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me for daily farm sim content. That's all for today. Kedrick out. So let's get back up to the farm here. Whoa! We went right through that light. And then I'm curious. My goodness.